Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a deeply disturbing case that has gripped the nation, the Kolkata doctor rape murder case. Here are the top 10 developments in the case so far. This case has not only shocked the local community, but has also drawn national and international attention. With so much information coming out, it's essential to break down the key events that have transpired. From the initial discovery of the crime to the ongoing legal proceedings, each chapter of this case reveals a new layer of horror and complexity. We'll go through each development step by step, providing you with a comprehensive overview. This case has sparked public outrage, led to high-profile arrests, and has seen the involvement of top government officials. So let's get into it. Buckle up, because this is a roller coaster of emotions and facts that you won't want to miss. Now, let's dive into the top 10 shocking developments in the Kolkata doctor rape murder case. The case first came to light when the victim's body was discovered in her apartment. She was found by a neighbor who noticed a foul odor and alerted the authorities. The scene that greeted the police was nothing short of horrifying. The victim had been brutally assaulted and left in a state that shocked even the most seasoned investigators. This discovery set the stage for what would become one of the most high-profile cases in recent history. The initial discovery was not only a turning point for the investigation, but also for the community. Neighbors were in shock, and the media quickly picked up the story, spreading it like wildfire. The crime scene was immediately cordoned off, and forensic teams were brought in to collect evidence. This was just the beginning of a case that would see numerous twists and turns. The victim was quickly identified as a well-known doctor in Kolkata. Her name was Dr. Priya Sharma, a respected figure in the medical community. This revelation added another layer of tragedy to the already horrifying crime. Dr. Sharma was known for her dedication to her patients and her contributions to medical research. Her untimely death left a void that would be felt by many. The identification of Dr. Sharma also added urgency to the investigation. This was not just any victim. This was someone who had made significant contributions to society. The media coverage intensified, and the public began demanding justice for Dr. Sharma. Her colleagues and patients held vigils and memorials, further highlighting the impact of her loss on the community. Police were quick to respond to the discovery of Dr. Sharma's body. Within hours, they had cordoned off the crime scene and begun a thorough investigation. The local police force was joined by specialized units, including forensic experts and criminal psychologists. The prompt response was crucial in preserving evidence and setting the stage for subsequent arrests. The police also held a press conference to assure the public that they were taking the case seriously. They promised a swift and thorough investigation, and their actions in the initial hours were a testament to that commitment. The community, while still in shock, felt a small sense of relief knowing that the authorities were on top of the situation. Chapter 4. The first suspect arrested. The first major breakthrough in the case came within 48 hours of the crime being reported. The police arrested a suspect who was believed to have been in the vicinity of Dr. Sharma's apartment on the night of the murder. The suspect, identified as Rakesh Singh, had a prior criminal record, which immediately made him a person of interest. The arrest of Rakesh Singh was a significant development. It gave the police a lead to follow and provided the community with a glimmer of hope that justice would be served. Singh was taken into custody and subjected to intense interrogation. The police were confident that this arrest would pave the way for solving the case. However, as we would later find out, this was just the tip of the iceberg. Chapter 5. Public outrage and protests. As news of the crime and the initial arrest spread, public outrage began to swell. Protests erupted across Kolkata, with people demanding swift justice for Dr. Sharma. The protests were not just limited to the local community, they quickly spread to other parts of the country. The case had struck a chord, and people were calling for systemic changes to ensure such a tragedy never happened again. Public figures, including celebrities and politicians, joined the protests, adding their voices to the call for justice. Social media was flooded with posts and hashtags demanding action. The pressure on the authorities was immense, and it was clear that the public would not rest until justice was served. These protests were a powerful reminder of the collective power of a community united by a common cause. Chapter 6. the involvement of higher authorities. The intensity of the public outcry caught the attention of higher authorities. The Chief Minister of West Bengal, along with other top officials, got involved to ensure a thorough investigation. The Chief Minister made public statements assuring the community that no stone would be left unturned in the quest for justice. This involvement added a new layer of scrutiny to the case. The intervention of higher authorities also meant additional resources for the investigation. Specialized units from other parts of the country were brought in, and the case was given top priority. This move was seen as a positive step by the public, who felt that the case was now being handled with the seriousness it deserved. The pressure was now on the authorities to deliver results. Chapter 7. The second suspect arrested. Following the involvement of higher authorities, the investigation gained new momentum. Based on forensic evidence and witness statements, a second suspect was arrested. This suspect, identified as Arjun Mehta, had no prior criminal record, which initially made him seem less suspicious. However, the evidence against him was compelling, and his arrest marked another significant development in the case. Arjun Mehta's arrest was a turning point. It suggested that the crime was more complex than initially thought, possibly involving multiple perpetrators. The police were now looking at various angles, including possible motives and connections between the suspects. The community watched closely as the investigation took this new direction, hoping that the truth would soon come to light. Chapter 8. The forensic evidence found. Forensic evidence played a crucial role in linking the suspects to the crime. The forensic teams found DNA samples, fingerprints, and other trace evidence that pointed to both Rakesh Singh and Arjun Mehta. This evidence was meticulously collected and analyzed, providing a solid foundation for the ongoing investigation. The forensic findings were a major breakthrough, giving the police the evidence they needed to build a strong case. The discovery of forensic evidence also reassured the public that the investigation was being conducted thoroughly and professionally. It showed that the police were leaving no stone unturned in their quest for justice. The media covered these developments extensively, further highlighting the importance of forensic science in solving complex criminal cases. Chapter 9. The court hearings and legal proceedings. As the investigation progressed, the case moved to the courts. Multiple hearings were held, with both suspects pleading not guilty. The legal proceedings were closely followed by the media and the public, each development scrutinized for any signs of progress. The courtroom became a battleground where the prosecution and defense presented their cases, each side determined to prove their point. The court hearings revealed new details about the crime, the suspects, and the investigation. Witnesses were called, and evidence was presented, painting a clearer picture of what had happened. The legal process was slow and meticulous, but it was crucial in ensuring that justice was served. The community remained engaged, attending court sessions and keeping the pressure on the authorities to deliver justice. Chapter 10. The current status of the case. As of now, the case is still ongoing. The next court date is set for later this month, and the community is anxiously waiting for the next development. The suspects remain in custody, and the investigation continues to gather more evidence. The case has already seen multiple twists and turns, and it's clear that there are still many questions left unanswered. The current status of the case is a mixed bag of hope and uncertainty. While significant progress has been made, the final verdict is still pending. The community remains vigilant, continuing to demand justice for Dr. Sharma. The case has already had a profound impact, not just on the local community, but on the entire nation. It serves as a stark reminder of the need for systemic changes to prevent such tragedies in the future. That's all for today's video. The Kolkata doctor rape murder case is a deeply disturbing incident that has left an indelible mark on the community and the nation. The ongoing investigation and legal proceedings are crucial steps towards ensuring justice for Dr. Priya Sharma. We will continue to follow this case closely and bring you all the latest updates. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this case and other important news stories. Your support helps us continue to provide in-depth coverage of critical issues that matter to you. If you have any thoughts or questions about this case, feel free to leave them in the comments below. We value your input and look forward to engaging with you. Stay safe and see you next time. Your voice matters, and together we can make a difference. Until then, take care and stay informed.